Hello everybody, Amy Medford with Medford Knife and Tool. I am pleased to show you this absolutely beautiful group of knives headed to Minot, North Dakota, to the Attic / Sportsman's Loft. They're at 2800 South Broadway, telephone number 701-852-4000, and the main email address there is armingfreeamerica@gmail.com. Tyler Burton is my contact there. Let's see. All right, we're going to start off with kind of the more straightforward classic deployment series. We have a 187 drop point, flipper, and RNP, all with black G10 handle, PVD blade, and tumbled spring. Cool. And then we have a couple barung here. One is the classic Terminator style tumbled blade, tumbled handle and spring. And the one down here I'm going to jump and show you is, I think, my favorite barung as of yet that I've seen come through. This mosaic pattern just goes so nicely with the Vulcan blade. I don't know what else to say. It's a perfect complement to the blade. Really nicely done. Man. All right, general. We have a couple. We have one in silver and blue. It has an S35 tumbled blade, blue handle and spring. And then our alternative here, or shall I say our custom one, has kind of a classic antique waving American flag on the handle, D2 tumbled blade, and a bronze anodized spring. For Praetorian Genesis, the first one here is a D2 Vulcan Tonto blade, PVD coated handle and spring with flamed hardware and clip. And I have a few down here. I'll kind of just shift down. These are the more sculpted, and this one's got sandy shoals sculpted on there. It's got a bead blasting with violet and bronze, and the sandy shoals is sculpted on both handle and spring. A real unique Vulcan drop point blade. And then the second is an S35 tumbled blade with a hammered sculpted handle and spring, bead blasted down in the grooves. A very, very pale violet. Of the Eris, we have options 2 and 3. We have the tuxedo here, tumble blade, PVD handle and spring, and reverse tuxedo. PVD blade, hardware and clip, and tumbled handle and spring. All right, we've been through these up to here. We have a single custom Panzer. I don't know, this looks like a sunburst to me. This sculpting is so cool, and it radiates bronze upwards to a violet. Full titanium hardware, 3V tumbled blade, NP3 breaker. Very, very, very cool. And then I wanted to end with the MIDI Marauders. This is absolutely my favorite model knife, the way it fits in the hand. And these customizations are just crazy. This is Peaks and Valleys, dark, bead blasted in bronze anodized handle and spring. You know, sometimes I like it when the grooves are brushed, but in this case I kind of like it that they're muted and bead blasted and bronzed. A D2 PVD drop point blade. You notice this one here doesn't have, well, yeah, it does. It has the grooves. They're just not as well defined because the sculpting is kind of laid it down all around it to contour the knife real well. That looks like a gator belly to me. Second level ano, it's got that jeweled effect, that kind of iridescent jeweling. Still, it's got some bead blasting done to it. You notice we stay away from the spring relief, so the sculpting goes around and just is not applied in that area so that we don't affect the functionality of the knife. And then last, but certainly not least, we have a D2 satin blade with dark blue bead blasted handle and spring. So just a really lovely batch of knives, a couple classic deployment, more tactical, and some very, very nicely customized lasered and sculpted and anodized blades. So I think this is a very, very cool batch of knives headed up to North Dakota. I hope you get in touch with the Attic and see if you can get your hands on something. And until the next time, I'm out.